So one of my favorite things that I own is Logos Bible software. And I use it every day. I talk about it every day. I help others with it. I am always learning about it. And so with my moving forward of creating daily content Friday nights, I am now dedicating to creating Logos videos. With tonight's video, what I plan on doing is just giving a high-level overview of how I use the software. And then also, I'm going to bring it up on the screen here in a little bit. I'm going to show you what one of my in-depth study layouts looks like. Show you how I would walk through some of the passages that I'm studying and how I use the software more effectively. And as I mentioned Tuesday night on the live show on episode 36, our goal moving forward is to produce daily content on Theology Nights. And so with Friday nights, again, I will be doing Logos videos for however long I feel like doing, because I'm the guy who runs it and I can really do whatever I want to. So if you don't want to watch Logos videos, then you don't have to. But on Friday nights, we're going to make Logos videos. Let me shout out to Logos as well. They are a great company. And if they're interested in sponsoring me, let's chat. TheologyNights.com. Send me a message. I'd love to hear from you guys. But no, I'm not sponsored by Logos. They don't pay me to do this. I'm not receiving anything from them. This is just simply a guy who loves theology, and I've benefited greatly from the software, and I just want to give back to the community and teach how to use it and show how I use it effectively. And if you are new to Theology Nights, let me just say welcome real quick. Head on over to theologynights.com. You can learn more about what we do, the things that we offer. You can also access our YouTube page, youtube.com/theologynights. Go ahead and click subscribe and follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/theologynights. So I use Logos version 8, which is the new software that just came out a couple of months ago. And I am on what's called the Reformed Platinum package. And so with Logos software, they have quite a variety of packages that you can purchase. There's standard, there's Baptist, there's Methodist, there's Pentecostal, everything. They have a wide variety of these base packages that they call them, that you can purchase. And what it does is that's the lean of the resources. So I have the Reformed Platinum package, which means my resources are going to be from a Reformed perspective. If you go with the Baptist perspective, same thing with that. It'll be a Baptist view. If you go with Anglican, and so on and so on. Now, these packages, they range from starter kits all the way up to portfolio, which includes every single resource that Logos offers. And each package is going to range in price from affordable to going to have to take out a loan, possibly, to afford it. Now, let me say this. With Logos, it is a little pricey, but it is a resource that can change the way that you study the Bible for the rest of your life. It really is. Another thing with Logos, they've been gracious enough to give the base engine, as it's called, of Logos 8 out for free. So you can actually download the software for free, and you can start building a library from there. And that's another great thing that Logos does, is they let you pick individual resources that you would like to purchase. So you don't actually have to buy one of these really expensive software packages. You can put together your own if you'd like to. I will also say that Logos does a really good job of running sales. It's good to be involved in the community and to follow along on the forums and know when the sales are coming and things like that, because you can really build an impressive library for a pretty reasonable price. Now, if you go to logos.com and you start looking around at these base packages, you're going to see some dollars, and you're going to think, this is just too much. Let me describe what those are. Those are going to be very large libraries of resources. A lot of it is really good, but a lot of it might not even be something that you use. So that's why I encourage everybody, if you are serious about using Logos, go spend some time on the website. You can actually compare the libraries right side by side, and it'll list all of the resources that you're getting with each library, which enables you to pick the one that you think you're going to use the most, or the most effectively. It would be it'd be really nice to just go on there and spend a couple $1,000s, because you got like 5,000 resources and all these books and stuff like that. You're not going to use them all, believe me. what it's going to do, it's going to cause more confusion for you because you're going to have all these resources you're going to have to wade through. Makes it tougher for you as you are first learning the software. That's why I recommend just getting a Logos standard package, getting the basic features of Logos 8, and then building your library from there with specific volumes that you know that you're going to use. My big thing, I love it for exegetical studies. I love it for the original languages. I love it because I can compare multiple translations right next to each other, and I also use it for commentaries as well. My big use of it, I use it every day for one thing or another. Right now, I'm teaching through the book of Ephesians, and so that's what I'll actually show you is my Ephesians study layout. The cool thing about it, Logos, is you can save layouts, and so let me click over real quick here, and I'll just show you what I mean. So right now, what you are looking at is you are looking at my daily Logos in-depth Bible study layouts, okay? What you have right here is a lot of stuff, and it's probably really confusing to you if you've never seen the software before. But basically on the screen here, I have on the left-hand side, over here, I have all of my different Bible translations open next to each other. So if I click on this one right here, that's going to lead you over to the CSB. If I click over on this one, it's going to bring up my ESV. If I click on this, it's my NAS, the 95 version. And then if I click on this, I have the Reformation Study Bible notes open. And then if I click on this, even again, I have one of my favorite features, which is the text comparison, which lays out my Bibles of choice, and I can just look at the verses automatically. If I'm just trying to compare over a wide range of different Bibles, and if I want to see it very easily, I use this a lot. So basically what happens is when I click on this little red icon right here, this is the layout that comes up. This is actually what, I don't have to open these resources one by one. I simply have just saved this layout, and so every time I open my laptop, I pull up Logos, I click on my little red icon right here, and this is what pops up. And so I'm immediately ready to go. I don't have to worry about finding resources and things like that. Now, for example, let me show you real quick. This right here is the library icon, and so if you want, while you're in the one of these resources, let's see here. While you're in one of the resources, I don't have my library popping up, I'm sorry. You can pull up the library right from one of these layouts, and you can actually see here, what resources you want to add to your layout, so that you can access the library from one of these layouts. You don't have to exit out and start all over again. You can add resources in. But yeah, this is what it looks like. And so over here on the left side of the screen, like I said, I have all my Bibles open. And then if I need to scroll through and click on something else, here's all of the books of the Bible. Pretty straightforward. You can also change the text size, and you can make the text bigger. You can make the windows bigger. You can make the layouts bigger. A little bit of everything. They really set it up for success. And then over here on the right side, I have a lot of my commentaries, and so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8. Yeah, I have 8. I just closed that last one by mistake. I have 8 commentaries that I use on a consistent basis. And another cool thing is if you see this letter A, see all these letter A's, see all the letter A's over here? What that means is these windows are linked together. So when I do something over here in one of my Bibles, it actually changes over here. As you see that scroll down, it scrolls down to the next section of the commentary. So it'll actually match up. So if I'm trying to find something on verse 17 over here, it's already on verse 17, and it changed to the wrong one, of course. I'm already on verse 17. Here we go, right over here. So it follows along. It makes it really easy for you to be studying. And you can set up as many commentaries as you want and click through them all, and each one of your commentaries is going to go to wherever you are in the Bible. It's really nice, makes it easy for your studies, makes it a little bit more effective as you're laboring over the text, and especially if you've got 7 or 8 open, you can link them all together, and they all kind of communicate with one another, and they kind of go from there. But a big thing that Logos does, and this is where you're going to get into some areas that might not be as what's the word I'm looking for? You might not use it as much at first, but once you learn a little bit more about what you can do inside of the Logos software, you'll use it all the time. And so what you can do is you can actually right-click on one of these verses, and I apologize, my screencast software doesn't show the window that pops up, but I already have it open. And you can right-click on a verse, and you can click on where it says right here, Passage Guide, okay? And now with the passage guide, let me move my camera out of the way here for a second. With the passage guide, what you can actually do is you can explore all of your resources that you have in the library right from this one window. So let's say that you are in here and you're studying Ephesians chapter 4, verse 17, and you want to see, actually, let's do verse 11, because that's what I have pulled up. So you want to know here about, he gave the apostles, the prophets, the evangelists, the shepherds, and the teachers. You want to know what's going on in that verse. And so you basically say, whoops, sorry about that. You basically say, I want to learn I want to see all the resources that I have in my library pertaining to that verse. And so you would click open your passage guide. Your passage guide is going to pop up over here. And the great thing is this commentary is right here. You can click on your commentaries, and all of the Ephesians commentaries that you have are going to pull up. And as you can see, I have quite a collection of commentaries because I love them, but it's pretty simple. And so you can just scroll through here and you just pick one that you want. So this is one that I already have open, but it'll populate right there. Let me see if I got one that won't open. I'll show you. So you can just click on it and there it goes right there. Now you have a description of verse 11 right there from your study notes. Then you could scroll a little farther down. You can learn about parallel passages, which is a great reference to always have. You can have cross references. The Treasury of Scripture Knowledge is a resource that I use on a consistent basis as well. You can see here that Ephesians 2:20 is very close to 1 Corinthians 12:28, and you can learn more about why those verses play off of each other, or how they play off of each other. You could see here some of these things say no results. So that just simply means that pertaining to that specific topic, like biblical places right here, there's not any results from your library on that. But this is pretty cool here. It actually breaks down what's called the literary typing and how the letter flows. And so the body is the whole meat, let's say, and then there's an exhortation section, which is here. And then right now we're in verse 11, so you're going to see that it's instruction. Verse 11 is it goes through 16. That's one section, and even if you're looking over here on your Logos software, you can see that this is broken up into one section, so it matches over here as well. But then you also go down a little farther, and you can pull up your big resources. So you have any biblical theologies that mention Ephesians chapter 4, verse 11, and it'll highlight right there. This is right here. It'll say which resource it is, and you can click right on here, and it'll actually pull up this resource that's listed right here, right to where it mentions Ephesians chapter 4, verse 11. So let's say that you're studying and you want to search your library really quickly to learn more about that verse, and you know that there's a book that you have, but you can't remember what book it is. You simply go to your passage guide and you just type in Ephesians chapter 4, verse 11, and then down here underneath your theology, biblical theology and systematic theology resource section, it'll list everything that you have, and you can keep clicking on them, and it'll open them up here in your new window, and it'll bring up all the resources that you have, anything that is tagged with Ephesians chapter 4, verse 11. And as you can imagine, there's a lot. Then you go down here to your systematic theologies, and anything in systematic theology, again, that has anything to do with Ephesians chapter 4, verse 11 is going to be pulled up there, and you can pull that up and read those resources as well. So there is quite a lot that you can do. There's some confessional documents as well. If you have any sermons, those will also pull up as well. Themes, going to give you sermon starter guide. It's going to talk about what's going on here in this verse. And so the main theme of Ephesians chapter 4, verse 11 and the surrounding verses really is church leadership. What else? Topics. As you can kind of see, the bigger the word is, the more evident is the topic inside these verses. That really helps if you're trying to narrow down the main idea. You can also pull up an illustrations section as well. And illustrations is going to give you any resources that you have that helps you to make applications and illustrations for your sermon. And then down at the bottom, there's media resources. So there will be pictures, or there might be sermon quotes or scripture quotes that you can post on social media. And then media collections is going to show you any videos that you have. This goes on and on and on and on, and there's quite a lot to it. So let me skip over to the next page, which is called the Exegetical Guide. And the Exegetical Guide is going to go even more in-depth than that. Now, let me just say that with the Exegetical Guide, you might not ever use this. The Exegetical Guide is specifically for the original languages. Now, for a guy like me, I'm in Greek right now, and I spend a lot of time in the original language, especially when I'm doing my in-depth study. this resource really helps out. Now, a great thing is here, it's going to actually tell you specific words. It's going to break them down for you. It's going to highlight them over here for you, so you can hover over apostles and it'll show up on the other side where the word for apostles is. Same thing with prophets, same thing evangelists. But then it'll break down each word down here, and you can actually click on this little button right here, and it's going to pronounce it for you. Again, that might not be something that you ever use, but if you're interested in learning more about the languages, I mean, they make it really straightforward for you, and each major word is listed here, and all of your resources are listed there as well. And so to learn more about the original languages, you've got to have some help, and Logos Bible Software certainly does that. So that's basic overview of what my layout looks like. Again, with Logos Bible Software, let me say a couple of things. As I use it, it is an invaluable resource for me. I really can't, I don't know how I can describe how much it helps me out on a daily basis, especially, like, for example, in one of my classes right now, my textbooks are dictionaries, and these dictionaries are this big. They're 2,000 pages. And when I'm citing resources and when I'm having to review, 100 pages of articles, to be able to pull that up in Logos and pull whatever I need directly from it and quote it and cite it and import it into a paper, it allows me to organize my resources so much more effectively. Now, let me also say this. I am a physical book kind of guy. For Logos, I have so many resources that I'm trying to just read and use Logos for. However, if I'm sitting down to read a book, I want a physical book. There are a lot of books that I buy physical. I don't really buy too many books in Logos, depending on what it is. Again, if it's a dictionary, if it's a big theological work, I buy it in Logos. It makes more sense for me to do that. Resources in Logos are more expensive. Because there's more time put into the resources, it just makes more sense that they're more expensive. They put a lot of time into setting these books up in order for them to be user friendly, and so it just makes more sense that they're more expensive. My Bible, I am a physical Bible kind of guy, and so I do, even when I'm using Logos, I have a regular Bible with me. I take a regular Bible with me to church. I take a regular Bible with me to preach from. I take a regular Bible with me when I'm at a Bible study. Logos does have a mobile app. The mobile app is okay. It has drastically improved. Let me say also this: Logos 8 is much better than Logos 7. And so if you are a Logos 7 version watcher of this video, how did I say it? If you use Logos 7 and you are watching this video, there we go, and you are seriously considering going to 8, I can't recommend it enough. I have a pretty resource-heavy computer. I have no problems running software and things like that. And even on my computer on 7, there were some times where it really struggled. Now I have zero issues with the software. It flies. It really runs smooth. It pulls my resources up. It starts quicker. It loads things quicker. It's just better, and the look of it is better. They improved the layouts, the aesthetics of it, but functionality as well. It is improved. So if you're a Logos 7 user and you are watching this video, again, yes, I would jump to Logos 8. I got it as soon as it came out because I had the ability to upgrade to it for free, and so I didn't have to pay for the upgrade. And I'll go into that on a different video because there's a lot of resources that you can get through Logos and through Faith Life, and I have one of those. Which enables me to upgrade to the newest version of software for no charge. Again, I'll do another video on that coming forward. But really, if it's something, I spend some time reading about it. Really, don't just say because listen, I started experimenting with Logos 2 years ago maybe, and I didn't spend any. Well, actually, it was probably longer than that. Probably 3-4 years ago. Either way, I did not spend the time to learn about the software. And so when I opened the software, I was so confused by it, and there was all this stuff that I didn't know how to use, and it just seemed overwhelming. And all I was trying to do was study the Bible, and it seemed like Logos was actually making it harder, not easier for me. So I just decided, no, this is not for me. But then I actually got the Reform Platinum package for free. I won a podcast giveaway, and so I thought to myself, listen, I've been gifted with something, because the Reform Platinum package is very expensive, and so I thought to myself, I've been gifted something that many people would love to have, and I'm going to spend the time to learn about it. And so I did. I spent days upon days watching YouTube training videos. I still do today. I read articles. I just got in the software and messed around with it. I spent time on the forums. I asked questions. But basically what I did was I committed to learning the software. And after I did that, it was like a whole new world had opened up for me. And since then, and that's been almost 2 years, year and a half, I use the software every day. Can't be without it, to be honest. I really have come to love the software. There's so many little details about it that help me as somebody who teaches the Bible regularly. It helps me so much in my preparation. There's just so many things that I'm so grateful for the team at Logos that they have. They've improved Logos 8 so much, and I have so much to talk about, and I want to so badly. But listen, I'm going to break these videos up and try to make them a little bit more shorter in length, because I know that it's tough to sit through Bible software videos that are really long, because if we start talking about one thing, then I naturally get sidetracked and go into something else. So I want to break up the videos to make them specific for you, so you can just go on YouTube and search for Logos 8 training videos on, and then one of my videos pops up. So with this video, this is just a quick overview of how I use it, how you can learn more about it, the direction that you should go with it. And listen, hey, if you are a person who uses Logos 7, 8, whatever version, and you have specific questions, or you'd love to see a video about something, shoot me a message. Leave me a comment on this video. I would love to learn more from the community about what you guys need to know about Logos, because I've been blessed with so many people who have done that. I've had a lot of people that have, on the forums especially, have encouraged me with using Logos, and have asked me questions and really tried to help me. And so I want to do that as well. So if there is a video that you would like to see pertaining to Logos, go ahead and leave me a comment below. If we're friends on Facebook and you have questions about Logos, if you would like me to help you, if you are seriously considering purchasing Logos, please reach out to me. I've done a lot of hours of studying through the different packages and stuff like that, and I would be able to help you, and I would love to help you to make a good purchase, because it is an investment. It really is. You're going to be investing time and resources, and you want to make sure that the package that you pick is something that you're going to use. And so let me help you with that if I can in any way. But hey, moving forward, every Friday night, look out for our Logos 8 videos. And if you'd like, join us for our Tuesday night live show at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, streaming live through Facebook and theologynights.com. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/theologynights. Have a wonderful day, guys. Talk to you soon. Thank you.